So let's get started, mate. Now initially we always use the fence in teaching the horse to side pass because the fence stops the horse from going forward. That's the number one thing that horses want to do when you start teaching them a side pass is they have too much forward motion. Remember, horses are addicted to forward motion. We've got to get them addicted to going backwards and sideways. So use the fence to begin with. Try to use a solid fence if you can, or if it's not a solid fence, even a pipe rail fence would work as long as it doesn't have any major sharp edges on it. So keep that in mind. Rightio. Let's get started here. I took my string off my stick and I put it around his neck. I usually find when you're working with the horse up close, it's just easier if you use the stick without the string. Then you don't have to worry about the string getting tangled up and you having to deal with it, okay? So I'm going to bring him up here to the fence. What I like to try to do is I like to try and have my body close enough to where if I stuck my elbow against the fence here, I could feel the fence with my elbow. That's about how close I want to stay to the fence. Now, what I'm going to do, instead of just trying to side pass him down the fence, I'm going to move each end of the horse separately as an individual. You ever noticed like individually halves of the horse? You ever notice when you're trying to move the fridge across the kitchen floor by yourself, you're not strong enough to pick it up and move it, are you? So what do? You crab it across the floor of the kitchen by yourself. That's kind of what I'm going to go. You're going to go from corner to corner with that fridge. I'm going to do the same thing. I can't pick Bo up. He's 1,000 pounds. So I'm going to crab him across the arena. Front end, back end, front end, back end. Once I get each end moving independently and it's moving well, then I'll tie the both ends together and actually ask him to go ahead and side pass just like Mindy did. So it's a pretty simple concept. It's kind of like a windshield wiper with my stick. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go front, back, tap, tap. Front, back is like me asking the horse, will you move away from me? I'm going to tap the air. Front, back. It's kind of like I'm warning you, move away from me, okay? If he ignores the warning, then I'm going to go ahead and go tap, tap. When I say tap, tap, front end, back end, I'm really going to tap whatever body part's closest to me. So let's see what happens. Front, back, tap him up here. Front, back, there's a couple of steps. Now in the beginning when they first start side passing, the steps aren't very good. Like it might not be a really technically correct side pass. Again, your job is to reward anything that even simulates moving sideways. Front, back, move your feet. There we go, not bad. Front, back, there's a couple of steps, good boy. And then rub him, get those couple of steps and rub him. Again, try to stay up close to the fence, front, back. There we go, not too bad, he's starting to figure it out. Front, back. Now see how his hindquarters is lagging a little bit? So I tapped his butt and said, hey, catch that butt up. Most horses are gonna have a tendency to be a little lazy with their hindquarters. They wanna lag that, front, back. Whatever body part is lagging, that's the part that you direct more of your energy towards. Front, back. Now as the horse gets better, then you start adding more distance between you and the horse. Okay, you lengthen your lead rope and you don't want to be so close to your horse. And then eventually you do it off the fence. And then after that, you eventually do it at liberty, like Mindy and Diaz do, with nothing on them. That's pretty cool. There we go. And then eventually you can get them to side pass towards you. Good boy. Excellent. That's what I'm looking for. Good boy. He did really good.